This episode of Lifehacker is brought to you by Squarespace. Welcome to Lifehacker. This week we are going to get in shape both digitally and in real life. We're going to install better, faster SSD drives in our computer, get in shape with the help of tech, and cut the fat from your Android. All right, let's get started. Getting back into shape isn't necessarily easy, and while there's no magic bullet, there are some pretty cool pieces of technology that can help you on your road to fitness. Here's some of my favorites. To start off, there is the Fitbit. This little gadget fits nicely into your pocket, and it tracks the steps that you take in any given day. It helps you set goals and try and get to those set number of steps you want to take, and it wirelessly syncs to the web so you can track your progress there. There are also a bunch of great apps that you can run on your smartphone that will do things like track your running. Runkeeper is one of my favorite. It uses GPS to track your running route, uploads it again to the web so you can watch your running and track your progress and keep up with your personal records. Last but not least, I really like the Withings Wi-Fi scale. The scale is like any other scale, it measures your weight, but when you step on it, it uploads your weight to their website, again where you can go and track your progress and see how much weight you've lost or gained and hopefully motivate you in your progress. There are a lot of other options out there, these just happen to be a few of my favorites. Hit the link below to see more about how I got in better shape with the help of this tech.
America's most famous ice cream treat, Eskimo pie.
This week on Lifehacker was all about Windows 8. Microsoft gave developers the first thorough look at the new operating system at a developer event in Anaheim, and we covered it all. Microsoft is promising a full reimagining of Windows in the new OS, which features a touch-friendly layer which looks a lot like Windows Phone's Metro UI, but also packs the full, old-style look of Windows just beneath the surface. There's a new lock screen, a new home screen, an app store, a new task manager, and a whole lot more. Be sure to watch our 8-minute consolidation of the keynote on YouTube and check out our screenshot tour. Microsoft handed out tablets loaded with the beta version of the software at the event, but if you can't wait to get your hands on it, you can download the dev preview right now. Adam Dotchis ran down some ways to watch live sports online. Sports have been one of the major pillars of video content that's been slow to come to the web, but if you're hungry to cut the cord, there are a few solid alternatives. Services like MLB TV and NHL Game Center lead the charge, and DirecTV even offers their NFL Sunday Ticket package to web and mobile users without the need for a subscription. Finally, Alan Henry illustrated some ways to get an iTunes-like experience for Android phones. There's a few desktop music libraries that sync to Android, like Double Twist and the Windows-only Winamp, but there are also some workarounds to get iTunes Music on your phone. Check out the post for all the details.
We've talked before about solid-state drives. They're basically just like every other hard drive, only they make everything on your computer move much faster. It's literally the best upgrade I've ever made to my machine.
I also love my SSD, and we could talk about the specs and why they go faster, but the real meat is the performance. Here's what some of our friends had to say about their SSD upgrade.
I love SSDs. In fact, I just got one recently installed in my work laptop, and I can tell you, I will probably never go back to a regular hard drive, at least on a laptop, because the boot speeds are ridiculous.
I was on year 4 of running my MacBook, the last white plastic POS MacBook here at Revision 3. It wasn't until I took the SSD back out that I realized that my system booted 6 times as fast, or my applications were launching. Basically, I put the old hard drive back in, and I wept. It was so slow and painful.
I love my SSD drive so much, I carry it with me.
So check this out. I have my system right here running OS X, mind you. I'm going to restart the machine, and let's see how fast it reboots or boots. It's going to do the little, oh, there it goes, got the screen, got the Apple logo. Usually it takes a few seconds. But, oh, I'm ready to go right now.
I'm running a Hackintosh, it's running Snow Leopard. Snow Leopard doesn't support trim yet, but Whitson's going to talk about that a little bit later. With that in mind, it's still super fast, really fast boot times. I've been running the Hackintosh for a little over 6 months now. No problems whatsoever, so highly recommend them.
Well, there you have it. If you're ready to make the upgrade, check out the link on your screen for more information.
You'll be glad you did.
Solid-state drives read and erase data a little bit differently than regular hard drives. So while they're great, they require a different kind of maintenance. One of the most important things you can do with your solid-state drive is enable the trim command, which will help it read and write a little bit faster and last a little bit longer. If you've installed Windows from scratch or you're using a Mac, trim will be enabled by default. But if you're using a Hackintosh or if you've migrated Windows from another drive, you might need to double check and make sure that trim is enabled. Hit the link on Lifehacker to find out how, and for more tips on optimizing your SSD's performance.
Look sharp, feel sharp, be sharp and listen, mister.
Hey Lifehacker, I'm Darya Pino of Summertomato. One of the best ways to get fit is to cook more at home, but a recent study showed that 28% of people who don't cook just don't know how to do it. Turns out it's not that hard if you just start with the right ingredients. Shopping and cooking with the seasons is one of the best ways to get the most bang for your buck, because the food is going to be the tastiest, the cheapest, and the most nutritious than at any other time of year. Contrary to popular belief, food from the farmer's market can be the same price or even cheaper than food from the grocery store, especially for organics. The trick is to sticking with vegetables. It's the fruit that can get really expensive. Once you have your great ingredients, remember that they're hard to mess up so long as you remember two things. Don't overcook them and don't undersalt them. No one likes mushy vegetables, so cook them until they're brightly colored and still slightly crisp. Virgin and extra virgin olive oil are the healthiest and tastiest option, but for higher temperature cooking, try coconut oil. Salt isn't unhealthy if you use it on vegetables and other whole, unprocessed foods, and it can be the difference between a meal that's just okay and one that's spectacular. Use sea salt or kosher salt for the best flavor. If your food is still a little bland after you finish cooking, add another little sprinkle of salt or a squeeze of lemon or other acid like red wine vinegar. These two hacks will fix almost any dish. You don't need a lot of fancy equipment to get started in the kitchen. Some nylon-tipped cooking tongs are one of my favorite tools in the kitchen, and a great chef's knife can go a long way. For more cooking tips, check out my post on Summertomato, 10 simple kitchen tips you wish someone told you earlier.
Android is great, but unfortunately a lot of carriers and manufacturers like to ship their phones with bloatware and a lot of other crap that you don't really want or need.
If you want to slim down your phone, make it run a little bit faster and a little bit smoother, you can actually remove some of this bloatware, but first you need to gain root access to your device. Here's how to do that. The rooting process is a little bit different depending on what phone you have, but most phones, including this Motorola Droid that we're going to root today, can use an app called Super One Click that runs on Windows and roots your phone with literally one click of your mouse. So the first thing you want to do is install the drivers for your specific device. That means if you have a Motorola device, head to Motorola's support web page and download the drivers there. Samsung phone, Samsung support page, etc. Then turn on your device and go to Settings, Applications, Development, and check the USB debugging box. Hit OK and plug in your device. Once it's plugged in, open up the Super One Click folder that you've extracted to your desktop and start up the Super One Click app. You'll see a number of buttons across the top and a drop-down menu under Exploit. Make sure it's set to auto and just hit the root button. That's it. You'll see the progress in the Super One Click window. If it asks you to install BusyBox, say yes. And when it says root install completed, say yes to run a test. Hit OK. And it should say you were successful. To double check, open up the app drawer on your phone and scroll down. If you see the Super User app, you've successfully rooted your phone. Congratulations.
Now that you're rooted, you can uninstall some of that bloatware, you can overclock your phone for a faster experience, or you can install a custom ROM for a completely new experience.
Hit the link on Lifehacker to see how to root your specific device and what to do after you've done so.
It's time to thank this week's sponsor, Squarespace. If you want to create a presence on the web, then you need to check out Squarespace. Squarespace is a fully hosted platform, so it doesn't require anything to be installed and is instantly updated so you never have to wait for new features or improved stability. Squarespace makes web design easy and intuitive with point-and-click design controls, page flexibility, and built-in social widgets for Twitter, Foursquare, and Flickr. And if you ever have any issues, Squarespace offers every user 24-hour support. Want to check it out for yourself? Well, just go to squarespace.com/lifehacker to get a 2-week free trial and 10% off your order when you enter coupon code Lifehacker9 at checkout. Your sign-ups support our show, so be sure to enter that coupon code Lifehacker9 at checkout.
It's time for the downloads of the day. Let's see what we've got. First up, if you want to get fit with the help of technology, there are tons of apps to help you out. We've outlined our favorite picks on both Android and iPhone so you can turn your device into a personal trainer. Among our favorites is Runkeeper for Android and iPhone. It's an excellent run tracking app that'll record where you run and how well you do, letting you compare your progress over time. Another great option is Nike Training Club, which walks you through tons of exercises you can do with little to no equipment. Technically, this app is geared towards women, but there's no reason the exercises shouldn't be applicable to everyone. Plus, if you check out the link on your screen, you can watch an embarrassing video of me trying out some of the featured exercises. Lastly, if you're looking to build the ultimate workout playlist with tons of fast-paced music, you'll want a BPM calculator to make sure you're in the recommended range of 120 to 140 beats per minute. BPM Calculator for Windows and BPM Assistant for Mac do a great job, but if you want song suggestions from others, you should check out the awesome web app jog.fm.
So there you have it. You've now got a few good ways to get in shape, both physically and digitally. So take a load off, and we'll see you next week. I don't know why these guys hate each other.